Let's have a look.
Yeah, this is the sort of division where it's going to rain at Bahrain and Abu Dhabi, isn't it? You just know it.
Yeah. Oh, it's a dry qualifying. And it's a dry race, so I'm pretty sure the drivers are going to be very happy with the conditions. So there's no excuses.
No, there isn't. We'll be seeing everyone here setting their quickest times. I'm expecting most of these people to be setting their quickest times on the Ultra Softs. So probably a few people going out there on the Super Softs to begin with, as we usually see with both Division 1 and Division 2. Just getting a feeler in, just seeing, you know, what the track limits are like, how their setup is, because obviously Parc Fermé rules are on. So once you choose a setup, that is the one you're stuck with. And we'll be expecting probably the last 5 or 6 minutes to see pretty much everyone out there on a set of Ultra Softs. Pole times here, I'm not too sure what it could be. I think it's either 1 minute 36 or 38, something like that. This is a track I haven't done a lot of time on, as I believe the first car out on track is the very young Luxmark in the Renault.
Yeah, it is, and well, I'm hoping that Owen is lagging all over the place already. That's not good. But I was just going to say, it is actually his last race today in the TMC because he can't race on Mondays, and it's a bit because he's living in Luxembourg. The time difference is a bit, you know, different. So he's going to be able to unable to race. So let's hope he goes out with a bang. But I don't know if you want to just give him a quick warning that he's lagging like pretty bad. Just be careful.
Yeah, I think I will right now. Actually, just send him a quick message to remind him that he's lagging, to just be careful around people. But yeah, it's a shame, unfortunately, with you know, we've struggled to get full grids on a Friday night, because Friday night is a time for people to get together with their friends and socialise, and obviously at this time of night and in different parts of the world as well, the time differences mean that sometimes they can't get out, and so we've moved it to Monday to try and get more people in. But unfortunately, it's sort of it's a double-edged sword, really. You'll please most people, but there's always one or two that unfortunately say I can't do a Monday or I can't do a Tuesday, and unfortunately Luxmark is one of those guys that will unfortunately lose. But it's a shame for him, because he's certainly got a little bit of potential about him, so maybe we'll see him again in the future, who knows.
Yep. But in the meantime, just riding on board with the man who's got the title within reach. It's all down to his to lose, Malik Ekic. Do you feel, Lily, that nerves could play a part in this title race today?
Possibly. I mean, a lot of these guys, especially the likes of Skeevan as well, who's fighting with him, both him and Mally have quite a lot of banter between them in the group chats and all that, and they're both very outspoken young guys, but they're not scared to, you know, call a spade, if you like. And so on the outside they'll be putting a tough face on, but once you get in that cockpit and the lights go out and you're side by side with people, then it's a whole new ball game. So I think he'll cope, as well as Skeevan, but certainly, you know, the first few laps they'll be right on edge.
Yep, and well, Philip, yet to score a point this season for Mercedes. He's been disqualified already. I'm not quite sure what happened, but I did just see his car in the barrier, so that's quite a bizarre one. Getting disqualified in quali. What could it be?
The only thing I can think of is he's either decided to corner cut every single corner, or he's, for some unknown reason, decided to drive backwards. It is quite difficult to get disqualified in qualifying. There's not much you can do wrong, but yeah, that's a weird one.
Well, it was just after. Oh, hang on. I've just seen a message, but I can't see it all. So I'm guessing from the message I've just seen, it was something to do with the crash. So that's unlucky. So we was hoping he was going to get his first points today, but it's just made that job a lot more difficult, if you ask me, starting at the back of the grid.
Yeah, he's just saying here, his message is he spun coming at the pits as his pedals weren't calibrated enough, and he got reset to the track but couldn't drive, so he's been disqualified because he's been parked in an unsafe place on the track. But it sounds like that Philip tried to move his car but couldn't, so he can still race, he's still in the session, but it looks like that he's going to be starting at the back of the grid, which is a big shame for him, because him and Mercedes, as you've mentioned, have yet to score a point, and it's very disappointing for him.
There it is, a Malik Ekic then. He puts a 1:38.9 lap time in. It is on the super soft, so we will see quicker times, but Malik Ekic just getting a feel of the track, just making sure he's confident. Because, I mean, having that 7-point gap at the top of the table is definitely his to lose. But Binners was on about Mercedes. We have got Doom here again today. I mean, made his debut in Brazil, absolutely stormed the qualifying with a 1.9, and then obviously losing connection. But if he can produce anything similar to that kind of form, then you've got to feel Mercedes could be getting some points today, definitely with June.
Yeah, June will be making a full-time assault on Division 2 at the start of next season, but we've brought him in early. He's obviously done some practice races with Division 1 and Division 2 guys as well, and as Richie, as you say, he's got some phenomenal pace behind him, so hopefully he can show that today.
Yep, and he has just bailed it into the pits then, so every time I bloody go on a car for a hot lap, they jump in the pits.
Yeah, it's difficult to judge, isn't it? Because unfortunately, even though it was shown that they're on a flying lap, we might have missed an ETL warning or something like that. So to us, it looks like they're on a flying lap. And then right at the end, they get a warning for cutting the track, and then they bail out. But one thing I just want to mention quickly, but I've just realised, Mali Kekic is, I believe, he's 7 points ahead of Skeven, isn't he? Now, if Skeven was to win the race today and Mali Kekic finishes in second place, they'd be tied on points, but Skeven would win the title because he would have had 4 race wins, including tonight, compared to Mali Kekic's 3. So this could very well still come down to the final lap, especially if these two are fighting for first and second.
Exactly. It's definitely going to be a battle to the wire. I'm looking forward to it. Clifford's red. He's on a hot lap, just about to set a lap time in. He must be absolutely delighted after securing his promotion spot, and he's going to be racing in Division 1 next season. And well, he's a good driver, and I think he deserves to be there, if I'm honest, Lil.
Yeah, he does. He's one of those drivers. It's quite funny that he's in a team like Force India, because I compare him quite a lot to the 2 Force India drivers currently in Division 1, Adi Barbar and Tom Pretty. They keep out of trouble a lot. They're very consistent. They're very clean. They don't dance around a track or anything like that. They're not dangerous at all. And they're there to. They're not essentially the quickest guys, but they're very consistent. And consistency is what gets you the big points. So I'm not surprised to see that Clifford's Red has been promoted to Division 1, and I'm pretty sure that he'll be able to cut it fairly well in the midfield next season. He won't be setting the world alight as Skeven has left. That is big news. That's huge news.
Big news, because obviously he knows now he's going to have to start at the back of the grid. So, well, he did actually get a lap time in, I think, didn't he?
Let me have a quick look now.
So
no, he hasn't.
Skeven, he's in big trouble now. If he wants to win this title, he's going to need some kind of miracle. I mean, he was saying before the race that his connection is playing up, and well, it's just took a big twist. And if that's the way his connection's acting, who's to say it's not going to happen in the race as well? So I think Skeven's in trouble, Lil.
Yes, he has been mentioning throughout the course of his day that his internet connection has dropped several times, and it's something I've suffered with as well, and it's really frustrating. If he can get back into the session, I have just informed him that if you can get back in, please don't rejoin the track, because you don't want another incident that we had in USA. If you remember, he cut out a large amount of the track to get an unfair time. So if he can get back in, he's now going to have to start like Philip at the back of the field, and well, Mali Kekic, it's now his to lose, isn't it, really?
Well, it is. I mean, he's going to have to hope and pray that Mali Kekic loses his front wing or something on the first lap. But you know what? I mean, look at Barcelona the other night. You never would have thought it would have happened. So why can't the same happen here tonight in Abu Dhabi?
Yep, that's it. You never know. I'm just looking at Mali Kekic's lap time here. He's set his time on the Super Soft. The next Super Soft runner is Clifford's Red, who's 1.3 seconds off the pace. Mali Kekic somewhere is about 5 or 6 tenths quicker in both Sector 2 and Sector 3. I would love to have seen that lap, because that is astonishing pace on a set of Super Soft tyres.
Yeah, it is. So he's meaning business.
Because Loki's just gone into second place on the set of Super Softs, and he's 7 tenths off of Mali's time. So whatever kind of setup Mali has got, that is unbelievable.
Well, that is a lot of time gained in the last sector, so that is very interesting. But we are on board now with White's Leopard. Definitely in the second half of this season has really showed us what he's about. And although we didn't quite go to plan in Brazil, I mean, the race before in Mexico, what a dominant display. If he can like show that kind of speed again today, then maybe he could upset the title party.
Yeah, I'll be expecting, most of these guys here. A few of them have got nothing to fight for, unfortunately. I mean, Clifford's Red and Tekken as well, they've secured promotion, and even a really good result today won't really see them move up the table. But, I mean, if you get someone duking out with the likes of Mali towards the end, I'm fully expecting him to try and get past him. Just because you're not in a championship fight with them doesn't mean that you can't battle these guys. So I'm still expecting a very competitive grid.
Yes, indeed. Skeven can't even get back in.
Yes, I'm just being informed by that. That is a shame for him, unfortunately. Right, let's have a quick look further down. We've got 7 people at the moment. They've only set a lap time.
Here's White's Leopard, about to come over the line. What's he going to produce? It's first, and it's a 1:38.2, so White's Leopard, it's a great lap time. But he is only 6/10 quicker than Mali, who's on the super soft, so... I mean, if Mali can improve that time on the Ultras, then it's looking very dangerous, if I'm honest. But he is actually on the Ultras, and he's down in Sector 1, so... But we are going to ride on board with him just to have a look at his final sector to see where he's gaining all this time.
Yeah, I'm just running with Joom, Joom, isn't it, in the Mercedes. He's now out there on the Ultrasofts, hasn't set a lap time yet. Very on the pace in Sector 1. He's same time as White's Leopard. In the second sector, he's dropped 3/10, so I'll stay with Joom to see where he pops up, but I'm expecting him to maybe get second, if not second, certainly third.
Yep. Mali, Sector 2. Oh, it's very close with Leopards as well, so we've got Mali and we've got Joom. Has Joom improved, Lily? So I think he's in front of Mali.
He is in front of Mali. He's just come around the final corner at the moment and it looks very clean, and Skeven has fortunately joined. Let's hope his connection holds out, and Joom goes into second place, just under 3/10 off of the White's Leopard, so it's a very, very good lap time from the newcomer.
There it is. And Mali, well, he absolutely bottled it on the last couple of corners, so he's going to have to come in the pits and put some more tyres on and clamp up. Well, we haven't even got to the race yet and he's in the wall, so, you know, different track, same story, innit?
It is. I don't want to say I'm starting to get a bit frustrated with the guy, but there's only so many races you can do where, you know, it gets to a point where you got to kind of ask yourself, why are you unable to race for more than 5 minutes without, you know, attempting to kill yourself? I can't remember last time Clampers finished a long distance race, and you can't even get almost halfway through a qualifying session. So yeah, he needs to have a bit of a word of himself before Division 2 starts next season. If he keeps on like this, he's not even going to be able to score a point.
Yeah, he is frustrating because he is a pretty quick driver, but he does find incidents, but he just gives it way too easy as Tekken comes around the final bend. Currently in 8th position. Can he improve? No, he can't. But, oh yes, he does. 6th, sorry, my bad. But yeah, Tekken, I mean, if you'd have put money at the start of the season on Tekken to get promoted, you probably would have thought, why have I just done that? I might as well chucked it down the drain, but he's proved us all wrong, Lil.
He has, but I think it's does he deserve it? Well, I'm not going to be that guy to say do people deserve to be in Division 1 or not. At the end of the day, if you score more points than most of the people in the field, then yes, you deserve, because you've scored more points, you finish more races higher up around other than people around you. So yes, he does deserve to be in Division 1. However, the thing that has helped him out, and I think Tekken will agree with this, is the amount of wet running we've seen in Division 2. Over half the races have been run at some point with changeable conditions, and I think Tekken is more comfortable and therefore more quicker in the wet conditions than other guys in the field. So when he's finishing 3rd, 4th and 5th in wet races, if it was dry, probably be about 7th, 8th or 9th. So if all the races were dry, would have Tekken scored as many points? I don't think so. Would he have still been promoted? I'm pretty sure he would have done enough anyway.
Well, I've got to agree with you, to be honest. I've got to agree with you, but at the end of the day, the drivers know coming into the season that there's a chance there is going to be wet races, and well, Tekken took full advantage of it. So, yeah, I reckon he does deserve to be there, if I'm honest. Yeah,
he does. He does. At the end of the day, you can't turn around and say, oh, the race was wet, I was terrible. Well, adapt to it. Come on. Find a wet setup, adapt to the conditions. You can't just expect, you know, to be number 1 in every race, and when you're not, you're throwing your toys at the pram. You have to adapt to the changing conditions. That's what turns a good driver into a great driver.
Exactly. Well, I'm just on board with Frisky CJ, who could get promoted as well today, but he has gone in the pits. I mean, if he's to not get promoted today, it would definitely take a miracle. It needs Kyle pretty much to win the race, which at the minute, where is Kyle? Well, Kyle's down in 7th, and he's quite a bit off the pace, so you'd have to think at the minute it's looking pretty good for Frisky CJ.
Yeah, Kyle's situation to get promoted is the same as Loki's situation to win the title. He needs to win the race and hope that everyone else around him basically falls off the track. He's 19 points behind Kyle, then he's a Frisky CJ. Second place is 18 points, won't do it. A win would then need Frisky CJ to finish, I believe, 7th or lower. There is a possibility. There's always a possibility. Never count your chickens until the end of the race. But yeah, the odds are definitely stacked against Kyle. If he doesn't go up this season, he could be maybe not the favourite to go up next season, but he'll certainly be in the hunt all next season, because we know he's got some good pace behind him.
Yep. Just on board with Richter then. This possibly as well could be his last race with the TMC, so hopefully he'll be wanting to live with a bang. He's on the super soft still. and he's currently in 12th, so he'll be able to improve on that now on this lap. And the McLaren.
Yep, just watch Clifford's red cross the line. He's a second off the pace. He has improved and gone up into 5th place by dint of running the ultra soft tyres. So only a second off the pace of White's Leopard. It's that's not bad pace from from Clifford's red. Sorry.
Yeah, it is. And Brixton's he's just gone up 1 place to 11th as well. So still tight, but the big talking point at the minute is the fact that Skeven is going to be starting from the back of the grid, which is. It's just made this race a lot more fascinating than it already was. Can he do the most unreal comeback ever seen?
If he manages to pull it off, it'll be the story of the season, wouldn't it? Really?
Oh, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. It won't be easy, but he's definitely got the ability to do it. So we'll see. We will see. But in the meantime, we've got Mali on a hot lap, 17.7 sector 1, so it's level with the leaders. In fact, it's actually the quickest sector 1 time, so Mali Kekic here is on an absolute stormer. And if Skeven's watching, this is not what he's going to be wanting to see. Is Mali Kekic absolutely nailing his hot lap here. Beautiful lines here from Mali. 41.3 sector 2. He's down on Leopards, but he's still looking good for second at the minute. Can the Croatian hold it together then as he comes through the final sector? Just got on the curbs a little bit and he's run a bit wide. That could be an invalidation. I guess we'll find out in a minute because he's still going. Mali Kekic got to now the last corner. This could put him up to second. Here he comes. Championship leader. Stays third. So Mali Kekic then. That's his qualifying pretty much over. Can June improve? Well, he's just starting a hot lap. Anyone else we got, Lil?
There's not many people out there, to be honest. June's just starting. Mali Kekic, I believe, will be on the slow one now. Loki is coming round to start up his flying lap as well, so he's going to have one more go. Euthanasi's out there, Luxmark's out there, and White's Leopard is on the flying lap as well. That's it. Everyone else is pretty much retired from the session. They've had enough, so this should be a fairly quiet end to the session. But we have got Loki and White's Leopard out there going for one more go, so there's still a change for pole position at hand here.
Yep, and Leopard is going to be the first man then. Try and beat his own time, but he's down in sector 2, so I don't think he's going to beat his time at the minute unless he can pull something absolutely fantastic out of the bag here in these last 2 corners. Great drive this is from the Luxembourg man. Here he comes. It's a 1:38.1 and he does improve, and that's 4 tenths quicker than anybody, so White's Leopard definitely meaning business. But June, look at June's sector 1 time. It's fast. It's a 17.7. 41.4 sector 2. It's a bit slower than Leopards. This is going to be close, Lil. This is going to be close.
Yep, he's 2 tenths up on White's Leopard in sector 1, and he's a 10th down in sector 2. So if he nails this sector 3, he's got a very, very good chance of taking pole position. But he's going to have to really nail it. We've lost the camera.
Screen. So can June, the Spanish guy, on only his 2nd appearance here in the TMC, can he snatch pole for the 2nd consecutive race? We're about to find out. What a story this would be. Mercedes yet to score a point this season. Can they even get a win in the final race of the season? Here he comes, June. Got a bit of lag going on. And he stays 2nd then. So Leopards, brilliant. There weren't nobody else, was there?
Loki.
Oh yeah,
Loki's still out there at the moment.
Yep, and we've got to remember. Oh, Loki's binned it, and there goes the tyre. Mr. Loki, and there goes the game sound.
Yep.
Well, is that the story of his season? I believe it is. But we have still got Nassi and Luxmark, I believe, on hot laps.
Yeah, they are, and Euthanasi is just coming around. He's in the final sector at the moment. Luxmark is just about 20 seconds behind him. Euthanasi currently down in 10th place, Luxmark down in 12th, so we won't be expecting any sort of pole position heroics from either of these two, but it would be helpful if Euthanasi can get up the field a little bit, because 10th place, sort of in the danger zone. He really wants to be about 5th or 6th, because we know he's got pace to be up there, so just come around the final 2 corners at the moment. I don't know if it's being invalidated or not. We've lost the timing screens, obviously, so does he go up? He stays 10th, unfortunately, and that is the end of the session.
Here it is, and it's a bit of a surprise one, because I mean, we've even got Clamp up in 4th position, so that's beautiful. But Leopards, he will take pole here in Abu Dhabi. Can he hold on to the win? We'll find out soon. But more important,